Good morning, everyone. It's Sal Post. How you're doing? I hope you're doing well, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone is doing fine, and happy Saturday to you, and most of all, happy match day. It is match day today. Absolutely delighted to have you on board. Hope you can all hear me well. Hopefully, I'm loud and clear and crisp for you guys. Good to have you on board. Big up, Rajat. Good morning, mate. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, you legend. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you very much. Big up, Sanjay. How you doing? Another legend in the chat. Big up yourself. Hope you're all doing well. And looking forward to the game today. That is what's most important. Later on today, we face Crystal Palace in a very, very important game in the Premier League. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game, and we have to go there with the right attitude and try and win the game. Speaking of attitude, please, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and smash a like on the video if you could kindly do that on your way in, on your way out, wherever you are, whether you're working today, whether you're having a day off. Anyway, either way, please could you just kindly smash a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But guys, look, speaking of attitude again, in regards to Marcus Rashford, Eric Ten Hag has been speaking about Marcus Rashford and talking about his attitude, how he needs to fix his attitude and his outside life in regards to if he wants to succeed at Manchester United, he needs to pick up his commitment and his attitude off the field, of course. So, look, that is not a dig at Marcus Rashford. That's just saying that we believe in Marcus Rashford, but he has to fix his life outside the field, and he has to commit 100% to the cause at Manchester United. Not saying that he isn't, but just saying that maybe his outside life influences can dictate his performances on the pitch. I don't know what you make about that, but if I go to actually the actual article, I'm going to bring up the article here. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday, my friend. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well, my geese. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. So if I go here, I'm going to actually, let me just clear off this. If I go to the actual article and stuff, I'm going to just bring it up right now, and I'm going to discuss it. Let me know what you think about it. You know what? Some people like people like Jadon Sancho might have got upset by this, but do you know what? It's Marcus Rashford at the end of the day. So let's have a look at this, guys. In regards to, let me just go to it if I can get it up here. Yeah, let's have a look. So Marcus Rashford, Man United boss Eric Ten Hag. Let me just get this. Marcus Rashford, the boss Eric Ten Hag, striker, is back to best of sorting out his lifestyle and attitude. Marcus Rashford has 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 2 games. Eric Ten Hag said, when your lifestyle is not right, you can't perform. The league we have to perform in, said Eric Ten Hag. So this basically clarifies what I'm trying to say in regards to his lifestyle previously wasn't the best in regards to performing for Manchester United. And you know what? When you want to win league titles, when you want to challenge the powers that be, you have to have this commitment. 100%. It has to be an actual lifestyle in regards. It has to be a lifestyle, guys, at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. But definitely, look, Marcus Rashford's picked it up. He probably will start today. I'll bring in my team later on the show, but you know he probably will start today. I think Garnacho is going to start on the bench, which is sad for him, of course. Unfortunate for Garnacho, of course, guys. Not great for him, but you know what? He can come on and he could be an impact sub, of course, guys. That is important as well. You know, he's going to be useful for the team, which is useful for us and which is important for us, guys, of course. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe and smash a like on the video if you could do that. Your QR code is on the screen. Just press join. You become a member if you like. That'd be absolutely fantastic. If you can become a chatterboxer, that'd be great. You join the WhatsApp group and all that lovely stuff in between, of course. Good morning, mate. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jim. How you doing, you legend? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, Brian. Hope Brian, you're okay. Jim, you legend. What's going on? Sorry, read the wrong one. Big up, everyone in the chat today. Yes. Hi, Sal. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, mate. Hope you're doing well. Satish, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope everything is fine with you. Thank you so much for joining. So happy to know this about Rashford now. I do have faith in him. I do as well. He's changing his lifestyle, which is fantastic. You know, lifestyle is very important. Whether what you eat, what you drink, where you go out, how you sleep. It's very important when you want to be an elite athlete, you know, and maybe his influences around him haven't been the best over the last few years, of course. So, you know what? Let's hope that it's a big change. Let's hope that things change now for the better for Marcus Rashford. Of course, guys, let's hope. We hope, and because he can. We know what he's capable. Darkro, good morning, my mate. How you doing, my friend Sal? Would any other player of different nationality have got the same treatment as Rashford? Absolutely not, mate. I'm not going to lie. Darkro, I don't think they would have got the same treatment. I'm not going to lie in regards to that. Absolutely not. Find it kind of hard to get to bed. Find it right, Rajat. You got to get your sleep, my friend. It's not easy. I know you're in America, isn't it? So you're like 5 hours behind. So 10 hours behind me or something like that, because I'm in the Middle East, of course. Brian Fossett, Rahat, Fida, Sanjay, good morning to you. Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Darkro. Brian, all of you guys, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Of course, good to have you back and good to have you on the stream, of course. Legends that you are joining me on the stream this morning. Lots to look forward to because today is match day, guys. This is what's the most important thing. It is a match day today and we have to win the game. We have to win the game today. It's very important that we win the game today. And you know what? I think we will. I said 3-0 in my prediction yesterday. Yes, some may say that is a little bit carried away. I don't think it is at the end of the day. I think we will get to where we will win the game today. I actually got this feeling that we're going to do it today. I don't know why. It's just a strong feeling. Big up everyone. Of course, big up everyone who's in the chat. Absolutely. Now, in regards to the new stadium, I've been talking about this quite a lot this week, of course, about Manchester United having to relocate, knocking down Old Trafford, which is sad. Of course, we didn't want to knock down Old Trafford, but it's just a representation of how badly we've been run over the years in regards to the Glazers. And now the architect and everyone has got together and they've come out with a plan. The name has been announced in regards who the architect will be. I'm going to read out some of the quotes and some of the articles in regards to this, if you have a look at it, and let me know what you think. And how do you feel about the stadium at the end of the day? What are your feelings? What are your direct feelings about the stadium, about where moving away from Old Trafford, knocking down Old Trafford as well? It's not great, is it? It's sad when you think about it. But you know what? The way we've been run over the years, it is we've had no choice but to do this. Do you know what I mean? And what can we do? Here comes the Wembley of the North. Man United confirmed Sir Norman Foster as the architect behind the National Stadium, and which obviously is Wembley Stadium. And the Reichstag has been appointed to design the next stage of Old Trafford master plan. What are your thoughts on that? The guy who designed Wembley. Do you know what? I'm not a fan of Wembley, if I'm being honest with you. I prefer the old Wembley. If anyone has been to the old Wembley I'm talking about, not the new one with the arch. I'm talking about the old Wembley with the Twin Towers. It is a big difference compared to the old Wembley. The feeling about the old Wembley was a lot better. I went there a number of times, you know, when I was younger, and it was a much better atmosphere. Pitch was better, much better football ground, of course, concerts, everything, a lot. It was a fantastic stadium. But obviously it turned into a cauldron. And you know what? I'm not too sure about the design of the new Wembley. If I'm being totally honest with you, I'm not a big fan of it. But you know what? Cannot complain. At the end of the day, if he can design Old Trafford and if he can make it basically Norman Foster I'm talking about, if he can make it a football ground that represents who we are, I'll be delighted with that. Because at the end of the day, as long as it represents our culture, who we are, our heritage, that is what's most important. Because Manchester United is more than just a football club. We're a cultural institution at the end of the day. We're not just a football club. We are an influential entity that gives to the UK enormously in regards to the economy, in regards to money, in regards to the Premier League. There would be no Premier League if it wasn't for Manchester United, as we know, guys. So let me know what you guys think about that, of course, guys. Very interested to know how your feelings are in regards to that, etc. Guys, big up everyone. Darkro. Sal, I failed my high school. I failed in my high school until today. I'm facing its consequences. No second chance for me. Not all of us are as lucky as Rashford and Sancho. You know what? I said it. I said it before, Dark Crow. That you know what, footballers they have an easy ride in regards to what real life is. What real life is crazy. You know what? I didn't go through the way, the high school way, the university way. I got a degree and stuff like that, but I didn't go through the master's degree and going up all the way through school and college and all that. I had to make my own way. And sometimes, you know what, when we're born at the bottom, we have to go from the bottom to the top. Some people are born in the middle and just have to go a little step to the top. At the end of the day, that is what life is about sometimes. Do you know what I mean? But it's all about making your own path. You can still make your own path. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Do you know what I mean? So that at the end of the day, you can make your own path and you can still make it in life. In fact, you know, some of the most successful people didn't have degrees, didn't have college educations. So I would say, you know, the guy who owns Richard Branson, for example, he owns Virgin. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what I would say, it's not over. Keep doing your thing, and you will get to where you need to be, mate. Just keep the mentality up, and you will get to where you need to go, my friend. Just because you failed a paper test, just because you failed a piece of coursework, doesn't make you who. It doesn't determine who you are and what your future is. That's all I'm saying, Darko. Big up yourself. Bigger Jim Walker's the place. The game is late for you. Yeah, it's late. Jim won't be here. Unfortunately, Jim is going to be missing us today. He's in Australia, of course, and the time is ridiculous. It's early hours in the morning. It's late for me. It's 8:30, but it's not too bad. 8:30 is a kind of humane time, if you know what I mean. I read that Real Madrid and Man City are looking at Nico Barella. Would you believe that Erik ten Hag wanted Mason Mount over Barella? Erik ten Hag is suspect. Do you know what? I have suspicions about actually Erik ten Hag wanting Mason Mount in the first place. I believe this is an Arnold and Woodward signing. I absolutely believe that. I think this is Arnold and Woodward because I know for a fact that Woodward was a big fan of Mason Mount. So I just think like it's not all down to Erik ten Hag. In regards to Barella, he's okay. Yeah, he's a good player. Is he a world beater? Absolutely not. I think we got our players in there. I think we got a good team. And if we keep building, for the future as well, with all these young players that are coming in as well, the Saleh, of course, of Crystal Palace is signed for Manchester United. Of course, another youngster that has come in. We're waiting for Chida Obi Martin as well. It's going to be brilliant. And we're concentrating on our own path. Let them do their path and buying these already made players. We're going to plan for the future. And that is what's most important. If Man United have always planned for the future, of course. Never been to Old Trafford, but I feel it's a disgrace to destroy it. It's arguably the home of international football and most certainly the home of Manchester United. It's the home of Manchester United. It was bombed during the war, so we had to play at Main Road. Those who know. At the end of the day, we've been through a lot with Old Trafford. Old Trafford has been there from the start since we were Newton Heath back in the early turn of the 18th century, whatever it was, 1910 or something like that. We were Newton Heath, and we played at Old Trafford, guys, in green and gold, as we all know. And believe it or not, Old Trafford is the home of football, in my opinion, and is the home of English football, definitely, because Old Trafford is where it all began, you know, for me, in regards to my football journey, in regards to Manchester United, believing in the European competition, believing in European football, and, you know, being pioneers for European football in regards to English football. And not many teams didn't believe in this Champions League, in this European Cup, of course. So it was Manchester United who believed in it, and Manchester United who played at Old Trafford all the way through that. And you know what? It's going to be sad when we do knock it down. It's absolutely crazy. This is what these guys from Florida, wherever they're from, have done to the football club, of course. They have actually destroyed our football club. And you know what? The stadium is leaking and there's a point of no return. The biggest issue we have at Old Trafford is that we have railway tracks behind the South Stand and we cannot remove the railway tracks. It's going to cost too much money to redevelop, obviously, the railway and obviously the houses just behind that as well. As Liverpool had a problem when they were redeveloping the stadium at Anfield, they had to buy off all them houses on that road, the road that just behind the stadium. They had to buy every single house on that road. Now, every single house was purchased, but there was one person who wouldn't budge, and there was one person who wouldn't sell the house. She refused to sell the house despite being offered 3 times, 4 times what the house was valued at. And if before they redeveloped Anfield, you saw all the houses were derelict, apart from that one house with flowers outside and everything like that at Anfield. So at the end of the day, it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. You can say, like, you can buy out people, but some people may not budge. Some people might refuse to leave. Some people might refuse to leave their houses and say, look, I'm not moving. Why should I move at the end of the day? Do you know what I mean? And that is going to be a problem. That was a problem with Old Trafford. I do understand that. And that is a big issue. Sir Alex Ferguson had that issue. This is why Old Trafford is built up all the way, North Stand, South Stand, West Stand, of course, East Stand. But the South Stand is not built up. of course. And this is the reason, because they cannot. And you know what? Ineos cannot afford it. Of course, it does need rejuvenating the whole stadium now. When Sir Alex Ferguson was there, it didn't need as rejuvenating as it does now. So sad that we have to leave, of course, guys. Nice to hear, Jim. All right, mate. Yeah, absolutely legend is Jim. Darkrow, Sal, I either Wembley was brought down. A change must happen in life. Wembley was brought down, but it was brought down, yes. But I just feel like Wembley isn't nice. I've been there loads of times. I've been behind the scenes. I've been behind stage, backstage. I've been, I've done music and stuff like that. I've been behind there. I don't think it's great. I just think it's lacks soul, if you know what I mean. This is the most important thing that I've been talking about in regards to stadiums. The stadium has to keep its soul, its soul. If you remember Wembley is an iconic stadium. People don't understand the live aid with Freddie Mercury and Queen and things like that. It was an iconic stadium. And when they rebuilt Old Trafford, when they rebuilt Wembley, they didn't really think about that. They thought about making it so modern. They put this big arch up, which doesn't really mean anything. And you know what? It's all right, but I don't think it's fantastic. You know what? I don't think it's as good as the old Wembley. It has to be better, and it has to be at the end of the day, like represent what English football is. Because Wembley is the home of English football. Let's be honest. It is the home of football in general, world football. Of course, it is. It's England is the home of football. So Wembley is the home of England. So it's the home of football, of course. Brian, aerial view of Old Trafford is crap because of the South Stand. Yeah, it always irritated me, Brian. You know what? When you look at Old Trafford, you can imagine the South Stand being as big as well. You know what? I used to speak to a lot of season ticket holders of Arsenal, of Chelsea and stuff. And then when they used to go up to Old Trafford, they used to say, oh, it looks like a dog's dinner and stuff like that. And I used to defend Old Trafford staunchly because of the history and stuff. I don't agree with TalkSport, and I don't agree with Simon Jordan calling Old Trafford, he said, what did he say? It's like putting lipstick on a turd. That's what he said in regards to trying to rejuvenate Old Trafford. I don't like idiots, Crystal Palace fans like that who know nothing about Old Trafford and know nothing about its history, talking about our football club like that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with them. They've always got an opinion about our club. They have no right to call our stadium, iconic stadium, right, a turd, basically. That's what he was basically calling it, wasn't he? So, you know what? Yeah, the South Stand is a little bit irritating. I love the South Stand, though, because the South Stand, if you ever sat on the South Stand, it is nice. It's not a bad stand at the end of the day. It's just smaller than the other stands. It's not as big. It's where obviously the managers sit and everything. All the managers sit there, and the bench. It is a nice stand, but it is smaller than the other stands, which is the problem that Manchester United were having. And of course, it does go down dramatically when you look around it. But it looks like it's going to be knocked down. It looks like Mr. Foster, the guy who designed Wembley Stadium, the new Wembley Stadium, is going to design the new Manchester United Stadium. So, we have to just take it and we have to move on at the end of the day. And what will be, will be. What will be. And we hope that it represents us and our heritage, of course. That is the most important thing, guys. Absolutely. Jim. So I went to do some shopping at Woolworths and met some workers there who was cheering for Crystal Palace and bantered them. I've now changed my mind. I'm going to watch the match. Jim, you absolute legend. Jim, in Australia, it's going to be about 5 a.m. Are you sure you're going to be watching the match, mate? It's going to be about 5 a.m. You need to catch up with your sleep. At the end of the day, in Australia, I welcome you here, mate. I welcome you. I'll try and keep you awake, mate. Absolutely. Just as long as you take a lot of coffee, of course, guys. And why are they cheering for Crystal Palace? What is their problem? Why are they cheering for Crystal Palace? What the hell? The biggest thing that's ever happened at Crystal Palace was that series, what was on, wasn't it? Ted Lasso. Forget Crystal Palace. And David Beckham's goal from the halfway line. And you know what? We gave Crystal Palace's... When you think of Crystal Palace, when you think of Selhurst Park, which is obviously near where I used to live in Croydon, I used to live there for 2 years. When you think about Selhurst Park, you think about Eric Cantona's karate kick. You think about David Beckham's goal from the halfway line. You think about Ted Lasso. You don't think about Crystal Palace, do you? Absolutely not. Jack Arnold. Sir Jim referenced the Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles as a template. Both NFL teams that played there consistently have games away from the terrible model, in my opinion. Terrible model, in my opinion. Do you know what? I would say, Jack, that some of those stadiums in the States are very, very good. They're very nice. lack a little bit of soul because obviously they're not football stadiums, soccer stadiums, as they say in America. They're not football stadiums in regards to the way we do football stadiums. Manchester United is a different, completely different. We have a history, we have a legacy, we have people who died for our football club at the end of the day, and especially those players played at Old Trafford. That was their home. Bobby Charlton, Duncan Edwards, Sir Matt Busby, George Best. That was their home. Old Trafford was the home. Whether we've been relegated to the second division, whether we're winning the European Cup, whether, no matter what. So during the Sir Alex Ferguson period, when we made it a fortress, at the end of the day, our stadium is an iconic stadium. And one thing I would want, I don't want it to lose its soul. I don't want it to become one of those modern cardboard cutout stadiums that they have in America, that they have in this country starting to build as well. Everyone would say that when Arsenal moved away from Highbury, the old Highbury, if you've ever been to the old Highbury, in North London, you wouldn't believe how it was. You'd be walking up the road in a street, and then you turn right, and then there'll be the stadium there in the middle of a street, in the middle of a town. There'll be a little stadium there, Highbury, and it had a lot of soul there. It had a lot of soul. But when they moved to the Emirates, of course, it sort of, they've lost a lot there, and it's taken them years and years to really get used to it. I still don't think they're used to the Etihad, if I'm being honest. They've never been as good at the Etihad. They've never been as successful at the Etihad, of course. Not the Etihad, sorry, the Emirates. Of course, Etihad is another story. Etihad, Man City left Main Road and went to the Etihad and given that stadium because of the Commonwealth Games, of course. Everything was put on a plate for Man City to succeed, of course. There you go at the end of the day. But yeah, you know what? I just don't want it to lose its soul. I just don't want Old Trafford to lose its soul. I want it to remain Old Trafford in regards to the feeling of it. So we need to incorporate as much of Old Trafford, everything, the statues, the Munich clock, every single thing needs to be implemented into the new stadium, into the new design. It has to represent who we are, and it has to be one of the most iconic stadiums in world football and the most intimidating, most importantly, intimidating stadiums in the world. So every time a football team comes to Old Trafford, they have lost the game before they even come out the tunnel. That's what I would say in regards to that, and that's what's important. Of course, Brian, Man United, biggest football club in the world, need a net. Yeah, they do now, mate. We did have it in Old Trafford for many, many years, of course, but obviously the Glazers have let it decay. They've let it decay, unfortunately. I would have liked to do something what Real Madrid done. They kept the Bernabeu, of course. They kept the name the Bernabeu as well, not like the new camp, which is now the Spotify new camp of Barcelona, of course, which is it loses some of its edge. Of course, we'll always call it the new camp, but it's never moved. New camp didn't move. Bernabeu didn't move, you know what I mean? But then again, they've never had owners like the Glazers. But the new camp was decaying. The Bernabeu was decaying. I've been to both stadiums. Obviously, they are very, very old. They're brick. They're the concrete. And when I went there, they're beautiful inside, huge, iconic, but very, very concrete. And they were decaying, graffiti everywhere and stuff. It's not beautiful, but they managed to stay where they are and rejuvenate their stadium where they are. I would have preferred that, but unfortunately, we can't do that now. For whatever reason, whether it's the train track behind the stadium, whether it's the houses behind the stadium, we can't do it. So we have to move up the road. And let's see it as a positive. Look, you know what? I'm not going to be excited. Actually, I'm not going to be ecstatic about moving away from Old Trafford, because Old Trafford was the first football ground I actually fell in love with, because the Old Trafford football ground, I went there when I was a child at the end of the day. And the first thing I wanted to do was take a picture with the Munich clock, and, I've been there a lot of time. I've been to Old Trafford over 500 times, people, you know what I mean? So I've been there a lot of times, so at the end of the day, look, it's going to be sad when they knock it down. Hopefully the space and the area around Old Trafford is rejuvenated and there are jobs created for everyone. It helps the community. That's most important, that we do concentrate on what the community is. And when we do knock down Old Trafford, we do put the community in our heads and we build something that represents Manchester United on top of what Old Trafford was, because when you look at Highbury now, Highbury's a bunch of houses, and a little square at the end of the day. So we need to stay away from that, and we need to remember who we are and where Old Trafford was, and the legacy needs to remain there. Although we are moving up the road, we're just moving up the road, guys. Our legacy still needs to remain. Do you know what I mean? And I would hope that they think about that when they're rebuilding the area, of course. Darko, Jim Watkins would be happy against a point. Again, I would not. I would like a win. That'd be absolutely lovely if we could do that, guys. Absolutely, Raja. Why not make Old Trafford Museum or mini theme park with much history to keep it? Absolutely, Raja. I love that idea. I do. I think that's a fantastic idea, Raja. But it's all about money. It's all about the skrilla at the end of the day. Who's going to pay the money? Who's going to buy the area? At the end of the day, it's going to be all about money. But my mate, obviously, I really hope that we do concentrate on who we are. It'd be nice to have a little museum there. It'd be nice to have something there for Manchester United fans, like an area for Manchester United fans to hang around, to do you know what I mean? A park for Man United fans, an area we can chill, bars, stuff like that. It'd be great for the community if they can do that. And you know what? Giving jobs to the community as well in that area would be fantastic. Darko, big up everyone. We need 3 points, guys, today. This is what it's all about today. Later on today, big up everyone. Big up Bad Judgment, the DC. Big up Raja, of course. Barella is not Tony Cruz, Luka Modric. Yeah, Barella's a good player, but I'm not sure. Eric Titan was in Mount before he made it a Chelsea team. I'm not sure about that, mate. I don't know, Alex. I don't know. I've heard different from my sources. People are saying that it's a Woodward convincing Woodward. Woodward convinced him. Murto or Woodward, one of them two, convinced him to sign him. But you know what? It's a bad signing. That's all we can say at the moment. But you never know. Mason Mount might come back. He might prove us all wrong, of course, and I hope he does. What Man United fan wants to walk away with +1? What Man United walk away? A +1 goal difference today? Yeah. If we get a +1 goal difference, that means we've won the game, which I absolutely love, of course. 3 points today is a must say. Absolutely, Brian. We've got to think about winning these games against Crystal Palace. This is not Liverpool. This is not Chelsea. This is not Arsenal. This is Crystal Palace. We need to think about winning this game. Absolutely. Sal, do you agree Americans and Brits are the worst owners of football clubs? I wouldn't say that because obviously Ryan Reynolds is Canadian. He's Canadian, so he's taken charge of Wrexham, of course, and done a very good job. Yeah, I think that Americans it depends what type of Americans you take charge of the football club. I know that a lot of these Americans, they start with Z, of course, and you all know who I'm talking about, and they concentrate mainly on basically money and profits. Like the Glazers don't care about Manchester United. They never give a damn about Manchester United. All they care about is their pockets, their profits, their dividends. That's all they've ever cared about in regards to our football club. This is why we've been demonstrating for the last 20 years, because they came into the football club. Unfortunately, Sir Alex Ferguson gave them a path to the football club because he had an argument with a horse, of course. So, obviously I don't want to blame Sir Alex Ferguson too much. But at the end of the day, look, they put us through the mud over the years. They've destroyed Old Trafford. They destroyed our football team. Since Sir Alex Ferguson left, we've been absolutely on the downward spiral, going up, going down, going up, going down, not challenging for the league, being bantered by our major rivals, which is Manchester City, who are run properly at the end of the day. Let's forget about all the charges and stuff like that. You know what? Abu Dhabi, they run them properly and they made them a successful football team. Let's not forget that. Regardless of the charges, they did make them a successful football team. The Glazers didn't. Now, everyone wants to talk about the Middle East. They want to talk about how badly Middle East people do things and stuff, and they're human rights and stuff like that. What did Abu Dhabi do to Manchester City? What did the Glazers do to Manchester United? What are the American owners doing at Liverpool? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying at the end of the day. At the end of the day, one thing I would say about Middle East is that they're passionate about their infrastructure and passionate about being successful. And failing doesn't come into their head in regards to they wanting to be the best and the best at everything. Whether it's the tallest tower in the world or it is a mall, you know what I mean? They want to be the best at everything in regards to that. In regards to America, they want to just take the dividends. They want to take the money. They want to make profit first. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And unfortunately, Americans don't make good football owners. No, they don't. And a reason why. Football is different. Football is a cultural thing. If you look around Europe and you go around Europe, you understand what football is. Football is grassroots. It goes all the way down to the bottom, of course, of grassroots football at the end of the day. When you look at English football, when you look at Italian football, when you look at French football, when you look at Spanish football, there are leagues all the way down to the bottom. Now, only in English football and European football, you can get a team from the lower leagues a guy who's a plumber who plays football part-time can get drawn against Manchester United and end up playing against Manchester United in the league, in the cup. That's the difference. It's like me working in a chip shop and then ended up playing Man United on the Saturday. You know what I mean? And that is what the beauty of football is and the beauty of English football, because we have ladders. In America, they don't have ladders. They don't understand the culture. They just have one league, and you can't get relegated. You can't get promoted. It's just one league. And you know what? This is the mentality of the Glazers. They wanted a super league that you can't get relegated, you can't get promoted. And then what does that do to the other teams in the pyramid of English football, Italian football, Spanish football? Of course, who goes into that league? And then again, what you're going to make that league? If there's going to be a Real Madrid, Man United, of course, and Barcelona, what about the other teams in that mix there? What about the other teams? What about big teams that are not successful? What about Roma? What about Napoli? What about, you know what I mean, Marseille? What about these type of teams, you know, who are not world elite teams, but they're very, very good, well-supported teams? So what you're going to say, you're going to try and expel those teams completely. You're going to get this Super League and expel those teams, you know what I mean, and throw those teams out and let them create their own thing. That is what the Americans wanted to do to the pyramid of English football. This is why Manchester United fans cancelled the game against Liverpool. Again, Man United fans, pioneers, of course, of this whole Super League destruction, because Man United fans would not let the football team into the football ground. They blocked the entrances. They ran onto the pitch. And, you know what I mean? We cancelled the football game against Liverpool. And then they had to rethink. And we said, if you do not change your mind about this Super League, you know what? You're not playing football ever again at Old Trafford. And this is the great thing about Manchester United. This is what we did. Pioneers again of English football. Saved English football again. Thank you, Manchester United. Again, thank you very much. At the end of the day, we are the pioneers again. We're the ones. Because at the end of the day, Manchester United joining the Super League is pivotal for the Super League to progress. And that's what it is at the end of the day. But we stopped that from happening. Us great Man United fans stopped that from happening. Around Europe, they have to thank Manchester United. Obviously, UEFA thanks Man United. There's many people who did thank Man United, but we don't get the praise that we deserve, do we? Because we're different. You know, we're different, of course. Of course, guys. Kind of a topic, but why did Wazza play at left wing? Wazza play at left wing. Left wing for who, mate? Wazza was very, in regards to Wayne Rooney, he was very, very versatile, very versatile. So at one point we had Tevez, Ronaldo, and Rooney. So we used to rotate with Tevez and Rooney. He didn't used to really play left wing. I don't think. He used to be Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Ryan Giggs, Owen Hargreaves, of course, Darren Fletcher, Cristiano Ronaldo. It used to be like that. I don't think he used to play left wing, my friend, unless they were playing 4-3-3. He did play on the free. Of course, the thing is, when you play a three up front, when you have 4-3-3, the three up front is different because the three up front do class themselves as strikers. Eric Ten Hag classes the three as strikers. He said it openly in his press conference. He said that they class themselves as strikers, of course. Roger, you know you really need to get out to bed. Absolutely. So I don't mind if it. Morning, Grayo. How you doing, my friend? Legend. How you doing, my friend? Looking forward to the game. Unfortunately, I have to go to work this morning. So get ready to go too soon. Please like and subscribe and do your very best to join the watch along. Thank you so much, Grayo. Look forward to seeing you later, my friend. Good to see you, my mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. Brian, morning, Grayo. Big up, Grayo, of course. Rajat up to DC, bro. Obviously, right now. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Rajat, by the way. Of course, Grayo, the boss, absolutely the boss of the chats. Of course, I agree. I use Old Trafford Museum of Kids theme park. Something to do with Jim, something to do with Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? Something that represents us, our history. Build statues, build things, make things like a museum, as you said, you know, and do things like that. Build academies, build football pitches, do things like that, you know, something that gives back to the community, of course, which is what Manchester United have always been about. Manchester United are the working class team. They are the team from the working class, as Sir Alex Ferguson basically put. Sir Alex Ferguson's father was a miner, of course. So, you know what I mean? He used to work in you know what I mean, proper hard graft. And he used to always bring that into his team talks, of course, guys. Hello, guys. What's up? Big up, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Of course, big up everyone in the chat. So I'm falling behind on these chats. Just going to read them all out. Hi, Rajat, mate. Hope you're doing well. Big up everyone. Big up you, Rajat. Big up Darkro, of course. And Grayo. I'm right, Gray. Not bad. Hope you're well. Big up everyone, of course, joining the stream. Almat, do you think Ineos and the Glazers are delivering a class-leading new stadium? They are businessmen, and this isn't a passport project, a passion project. I don't know. This isn't a passion project at the end of the day. I know that Jim Ratcliffe is in the forefront of it with Foster. Mr. Foster, of course, is in the forefront of the designing of the stadium and what the stadium is all about. The Glazers couldn't care less what Manchester United are. If they could, they would just bring the stadium over from Florida and just pull it in the middle. They'll get Soldier Park and put it in the middle of Manchester if they could, because they don't really care about Old Trafford or what Old Trafford represent, what Manchester United represents. I don't think they know. I think if we got them into the room and we started talking about Manchester United with them, they wouldn't even have a clue. Do you know what I mean? So and they don't, you know. So this is the issue with them. America's never been a country that plays football, that loves football, soccer as they call it. They wanted to rename it, of course, which is disgraceful. They've never been one of them sort of countries that like it. They used to mock football, of course, because it is the biggest sport in the world, and they hate that about that, you know. And it would never be matched, of course, because they don't understand it. They don't understand the cultural thing about it. Big up, Rajat. And football's the only sport in the world that brings people together. You know what? They have a Super Bowl, they have a World Super Series and stuff, and only they play it. How can it be a world thing? You know, if they're the only ones playing it. Football's the only place where you can get countries from all around the world, whether it is in the Middle East, whether it's Africa, whether it's Europe, and playing against each other. You know, and it brings people together at the end of the day. In disagree, I want 2 or 3 points against Crystal Palace. Okay, it's the joy is not best way. I'd rather that than the last. I'd rather not lose, of course, Jim. But obviously, you know, when the day is early, we hope we win. We hope we win. We hope. But hopefully we don't lose, Jim. Absolutely. We don't lose the game. Yes, the Glazers are still there to take the dividends. Absolutely. This is the problem that we're having at the moment. Hopefully that Ineos will buy out the club eventually. Sooner or later, they'll buy out the club. And, you know, they'll disappear from our lives for good. That'd be fantastic. No, Jim, I want Manchester to get +3, then 3+. +3. No, Jim want Manchester to get +3. Need them 3+. Plus, I don't get what you mean, Raja. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Sorry, mate. You're going to have to explain yourself. I'll try the game at 2:30 a.m. and we'll finish at 4:30 a.m. Big up, Jim. If you do that, you're an absolute colossus of a man, my friend. Big up yourself. Thank you so much, Jim. Beckham's goal from the halfway line was against Wimbledon at Selhurst Park. Yes, it was. Yes, and I was there, mate. It was against Wimbledon 3-0. But it was at Selhurst Park. Yeah. Will Crystal Palace play? But the only, as I said, the claim to fame for Selhurst Park is the goal from the halfway line against Wimbledon at Selhurst Park, the karate kick against Palace at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace have no legacy at Selhurst Park. Man United have more of a legacy than Crystal Palace, of course. Raja, sorry, I misunderstood you, brother. I agree. We both live in overseas countries and games are over ridiculous hours and real commitment for both of us to watch. Absolutely. And big up the fans across the world. You know what? I'm born and raised in England, of course. I used to take it for granted how the football games used to be played at a nice time. Football games, latest you will watch a football game. It's at 8 o'clock in the evening, of course. 3 p.m. used to be the game in England, of course, as well. 5:30 p.m. In the Middle East now, I have to wait to 12 p.m. 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 11 p.m., of course. Sometimes if I'm lucky, it's 8:30 p.m. like tonight, if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? So that's good. Big up, Sajis. How you doing, my friend? It's feasible to rebuild and having considered all factors, then why not build the new stadium and set it aside, so-called Hall of Fame, where tributes can be accorded to our past? Satish, very good opinion. Again, lovely opinion. Really agree with it. Absolutely. That is what we're all about. At the end of the day, as long as the area represents who Manchester United are and it helps people in the community, that is what it's all about. If they are going to knock down Old Trafford, such an iconic stadium, then you know what, they're going to have to, make up for it in some way in regards to building something that represents who Manchester United are, giving jobs to the community, of course. Manchester United are only moving up the road, as we know, of course, but you know what? Old Trafford is Old Trafford at the end of the day, and it's sad that we're going to have to move away from that. You know, but 100,000 seat stadium, hopefully, and more people can see the games, which is nice. You know, we're going to have a fortress area as well in the stadium, a bit like Dortmund, the wall. Of course, we're going to have that as well, which could be great. You know, but I'm never going to celebrate knocking down Old Trafford. You know what? I move on. Of course, I'm going to move on, but I'm not going to be giddy about it. Absolutely not, because this is due to the Glazers, of course. Man Lutata, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, Roger. What makes you think Jim hoping for 3 points for opponents today? Oh, +3. Yeah. Oh, 3 points today. Yeah. I get you now, Roger. Who was Manchester United player to win the Sir Matt Busby Award? What, this season? It was Thingy, wasn't it? What's his name? The Sir Matt Busby Award this season went to, I believe, wasn't it Bruno? Wasn't it Sir Matt Busby Award this season? Wasn't it? No, Kobe Mainu. I think it was Kobe Mainu. Greetings, Gray, you legend. How are you? Big up, everyone. Big up. Quit trolling. It can't be serious, Lumen. Lumen's always trolling, mate. Where is Lumen, by the way? Good morning, everyone. Sometimes you've got to move on. Absolutely. Yeah, that's true, Kazi. But, sometimes you have to move on. But we don't celebrate that. We don't get all giddy. We don't just say it's time to move on and that's it. Because this is Old Trafford. Old Trafford as a cultural institution, it's different. You know what? If we were run properly, like a proper football club, we wouldn't have to knock down our stadium. And that's what we're trying to say here. If we were run like proper football club, we wouldn't have to knock down the stadium. We could have built on top of it. We could have moved on at Old Trafford, like Tottenham have, like Real Madrid have, like Barcelona have. Do you know what I mean? And it's sad. You know what I mean? But Old Trafford, if you support it as long as I have, it's crazy how you think the history of that stadium, when it goes way back to the 1900s, and it goes way back to, 1910, 1920, 1930. It was bombed during the war. Let's not forget that as well, and a lot of history in regards to Old Trafford, so you have to remember that. Lutata, what are you saying, brother? Big up, Lutata. Big up yourself. Score will be 3-0. That was my prediction, of course, guys. Absolutely, Jim. Brian, 3-0. Yeah, absolutely. That was my prediction. No, sorry, I didn't. Raja, I didn't explain this clearly. Mean that United need 3 points only. Absolutely, Raja. I agree with you, my friend. Thank you so much. I agree. 3 points only. That is what's most important today. Whether we win 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, as long as we win the game, that is what's most important today. That'll be 3 out of 3, and that'll be a good start to the season, of course, guys. 3 games in a row. 1, of course, guys. Score will be 3-1 United. I'll take that, Jim, all day long. I will take that, my friend. Alex, Asgard is not a place where people stand. Asgard is not a place where people stand. Asgard, mate. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Big up, Alex, by the way. Satish, you're right about the greedy Glazers. Absolutely. That's what they've done to the football club, unfortunately. Morning, my friend. Are you okay? Would be better if we didn't have to go into work. Gonna be a long day too. Unfortunately, at least I'll be home to watch the best players. Absolutely, Grail. Hope you have a lovely day at work, and I hope it's productive and positive for you. And have a great day, my friend. Glazers out, greedy corporations of MUC. Absolutely disgusting owners, of course, if you can call them that. FC Sporting and FC Villa are much bigger clubs than Manchester City. Man City fans won't want to admit. Yes, they are, because they're more successful. And they built a football team based on legacy. They have a legacy. Benfica as well. Let's not forget about Benfica. They're a bigger football club than them as well. If you want to go through history and talk about real football, we can even argue about teams like Preston North End are bigger than Manchester City. Aston Villa are bigger than Manchester City at the end of the day. We can argue that. Glazers out, corrupt, incompetent businessmen need to go. Absolutely. I think they will go sooner or later. I'm not sure how long, though. Guys, before I leave work, please smash the like button and subscribe buttons. Do your very best to join us for the match watch along later. Absolutely. I'm live today, guys. I'm live today, guys, at I believe it is 5 p.m. UK time, of course, 6 p.m. Central European time. Of course, I'll be here for the watch along, guys. 8 p.m. for Middle Eastern time, of course, guys. That's what I'll be. Nice and late for me, of course, as usual. Big up. Watkins, I can understand, brother. Drink lots of water, coffee, and keep yourself blessed, happy, and positive. Big up, Grayo. Big up, Jim, of course. Great. Yeah, big up, everyone. Almac. The problem isn't with the American owners. The problem is with Unique. The Glazers, the Liverpool owners are American, and they run the club in they run it in a professional manner, but they spend no money, mate. They spend no money. Liverpool fans, the most hardened of Liverpool fans, will tell you they're not happy with the owners. They're not. They don't spend enough money. Given the success that Liverpool have had, definitely under Jurgen Klopp, they don't do enough in the transfer market, and they were living off Jurgen Klopp, and they're going to fill the falls this season. It's not going to be as easy for Liverpool this season. I know that they beat us, but I feel like it's not going to be easy. I feel that the best type of owners are ones that understand football. I don't think their owners understand football. The Glazers don't understand football, and that's just an American thing. If you're going to America, Americans don't love football like we love football. They don't love football like we're all set to do this restart. You're scheduled. 1 second, guys. I just need to do this. 1 second, guys. Goodness me. Yeah, I'm back, guys. Hopefully everything's okay with the stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me in the chat. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, of course. I remember, Sal, that 19 wanted to buy Man United for 10 million, but it fell through back in the 80s, worth 5-6 billion. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I remember that. Sal, Martin Newton wanted to buy Man United for 10, but it fell through back in the 80s. Yeah, what a wally. Absolutely, mate. That was back when, yeah. So we luckily we got obviously Martin, Peter Kenyon, and what's his name? The other geezer. We done all right. We done all right for ourselves, mate. We done all right. We came through the doldrums and stuff like that, guys. Absolutely. So it's so sad to see Chelsea fans have forgotten the Abramovich did for them at the club. Also, when leaving, that's why they are suffering now, because they never. Abramovich was a fantastic owner, by the way. Let's not forget good Abramovich done for Chelsea. He brought them success at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Jim Watkins, he walked past the Parks, finished the Greek. Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Exactly. Americans want money, constantly pouring, regardless how they do it. They can shy. They don't care about football, mate. Absolutely not. I think talking about the Tevez 7 trio, yeah. that was a trio, but at the end of the day, we still had Ryan Giggs on the left. We still had Ronaldo on the right, of course. Until we moved, we never really played a 4-3-3 under Sir Alex Ferguson, but it did seem like that at times, of course. Matata, jogging is better than, yeah, absolutely. Keep jogging, guys. Very good for you. Tevez, CR7, got Wazza front three. It was more like a front two with Tevez and Rooney, my friend. Ronaldo played on a wing. Absolutely. During Sir Alex Ferguson's time. Does Abu Dhabi support YouTubers and content creators? Yes, they do. They do. Sal, I hate that Schmeichel went to City and Carlos Tevez too. That annoyed me. Yeah, it annoyed me as a lot. You know what? But he had no choice. But I'm sure he regrets it now. I'm sure he definitely. Rajat is sleepy but arrogant. Big up, Rajat. Big up, everyone. Of course, I'll try to watch the match. It's late and end falling asleep. Won't drink coffee. Yeah, be careful with that at that time of night, Jim. Don't mind Carlos Tevez. Still like from what he did with Man United. Won't say he loved Tevez. Big up, everyone. Big up, everyone in the chat. Morning, all. Morning, Rain. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Big up, Lumen, of course. Jim, we'll try it with us again. I may be human, end up falling asleep. Coffee later. As long as you can pop your head in, Jim, that'll be so much agreed. Much love to you, mate. If you just pop your head in, that'd be great. Bruno Fernandes, absolutely. Yeah, it was Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, I got it right the first time. Roger and Jim Watkins, please do a cute face. Put a PP up for us. Appreciate you, beauty. Big up, everyone, of course. Love to everyone in the chats. Love Jim. Big up, Jim. He's a troll. Lumen is a troll. Yeah, Lumen is a troll. No, the first ever. Well, not. Lumen is a troll. Lumen's always trolling about. 3-0 Man United win. I'll take that. Absolutely, guys. 3-0 Man United win. I'll take that. Yes, I'll take that all day. So respect to you. Of course, big up everyone. Respect to you. Hello, sir. Respect to you. Ashik Salam, you look good, Sal. There is a positivity in the United camp, and Crystal Palace game is going to show how mentally strong we are. Nothing less than a win will do this. To absolutely, Ashik, thank you for the compliment. Thank you very much, my friend. Yes, it's all about 3 points today. 3-0 will do today for me. 3-0 is the game I'm going for. I hope we win the game. Morning, all. Morning, Compens. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Match day, watch along. Can't wait till later on. I'll be here 5 p.m. UK time, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much if you join me, guys. Absolutely. If you could pop your head in for a little bit, that'd be great. So I might not be online, but just watch the game quietly tonight. Just leave it on the stream. Leave it on. It's good for the algorithms and that, Jim. And it's good to have you there as a company, of course. Big up. Big up yourself. Will you still be live at 2 p.m.? Yes, I still will be live. I've got the commitment, Chatterbox. I've got to commit to Chatterbox unless the game is on during Chatterbox. But I will be live at 2 p.m., my friend will be. Jim Watkins, let us all meet up in Dubai for a great together. Absolutely, that'd be brilliant. Lutata, if you want to do that, we can arrange it. Let's do that meet up, everyone, guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone. Big up everyone in the chat, of course. Let's go. Let's go. Of course. Big up, Jim. Jim Watkins, just take out some time for our side tickets and accommodation and other expenses, including pocket money. Absolutely. Big up, Lutada. Big up yourself. Big up, Rajat. Big up everyone in the chat, of course. Big up everyone. Again, big up to you. What are you doing? I hope you're happy. Always good to see you. Big up, Mark. Big up, Mark. And of course, 5-1 United. Mark is always giddy. Big up, Mark. I hope so, bro. I hope so. I hope so. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're in there. We're going to do it, mate. Me and Mark are the most positive Man United fans on this platform, guys. Big up, Mark. Rajat Salah is there as live watching on. Yes, today at 5 p.m. UK time, I'll be here. Of course, 6 p.m. Central European time, 8 p.m. Middle Eastern time. Of course, I'll be here for the watch along. Chilling, Jim. What's good? Hope you're good, everyone. Guys, I'm going to close up a little bit early today because I've got a few bits and chores to do. Only about 10 minutes early, but guys, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. It's been a fantastic show as usual. You guys absolutely fantastic. Much love. 16 likes, only 16 likes, guys. Let's get that up to 20. Can you guys get up to 20? Absolutely. Mark and brother, big up 10 hugs, brother. Anthony, big up, brother, big up Man Natuta, big up Mark, big up everyone in the chat, big up Rajat, big up Jim, big up Grayo, big up everyone in the chat. Hope you have a fantastic day today. Today is the day. It's the watch along today at 5 p.m. UK time. And today we will defeat Manchester City. And then, only then, will some people start to believe a little bit in regards to this Manchester United team. We're going to be back, guys. Absolutely. We're going to be back. Kazi, great show, Sal. See you later for the game. See you later, mate. Don't forget, I'm live. I'm live at 2 p.m. as usual for Chatterbox. Don't forget to join me for Chatterbox as well. I'm live then. Big up. It's match day. Big up. And exactly. Always excited when it's match day. Big up, Brian. Cheers, Sal. Big up, everyone, of course. Batata United. Jim Watkins hates Liverpool. Yeah, we all do. We all do. Of course, they eat rats, of course. Let's not forget that. Big up everyone in the chat. You absolute legends for joining me today. It's been fantastic. So slow. I'm finishing a little bit early. Thank you, Matata. It's a pleasure to have you on board as usual, guys. 4-0 Man United, says Brian. I'll take that all day long, my friend. 3 or 4-0, Brian. I'm going for 3-0, but hopefully it's more. Big up everyone in the chat. You absolute legends. Do you know what I mean? I'm finishing a little bit, 10 minutes early, not much early, because I'm doing the chat box later and the watch along, of course. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. You absolute legends. Mark, and have a great week in the park, my friend. Homeland Greek Coffee Shop. Big up, Jim. Of course, big up everyone. It's all good in the hood, of course, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love to you. I'm live later on for Chatterbox. Hopefully you can join me for that too. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And hopefully you have a fantastic day. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you for Chatterbox and the watch along. It is match day. Let's get the match day vibe. Let's get it going. Let's get the excitement going, guys. It's all about the momentum and all about the energy, guys. That's what it's all about. What do you think about that? It's all about the momentum and the energy, guys. Bye, Sal, our hero. I'm not your hero. I don't know. You're my hero, Darko. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. I shall see you later for Chatterbox, guys. Don't forget it. I will be here live for some great news and some great content in regards to Manchester United. Come on, United. It's a big day today. We've got the energy already. Big up. Keep the positivity and keep it going, guys. Take it easy. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post and Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Peace.